While we try to be as helpful as possible, this podcast should not be considered as professional or financial advice. It contains general information only, and you should seek out professional advice for your own personal circumstances before making any financial decisions.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Julia.
And I'm Nick.
And I'm Nat.
Again.
And this is the Enthusiast Lab. Back by popular demand, we have Matt from Vida Homes on our pod again. And today we are going to be talking about insights into the builder. So kind of going behind the scenes and having a look of what it takes to run a building company.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for coming on again.
Anytime.
Please keep coming back on. Everyone loves these episodes. I don't have any business to cover, so let's jump straight in.
Yeah, just go straight in.
All right. So the first thing I really kind of wanted to talk about is the staff that it takes to run a building company.
Yep.
Because there's so much more staff that goes in than what clients normally see. Clients kind of know about 4 or 5 staff members, but there's so much more that goes into it. So
yeah, definitely.
Let's call them out and you kind of give us a description of what each person or department does.
Yeah.
Right, well,
So we have a cracker of a team.
Yeah.
So should we start at the top?
yep.
At the
start
top,
at
yeah.
the top.
So you got the boss.
Yes.
So
Yeah, boss
managing
mate.
directors. Really depends on the business whether they're in daily or not. For us, our managing director generally is, and yeah, I guess just oversees the top level.
Yeah.
Finances, sales, direction, strategy, where we want to be, what we want to do.
Yep.
And then under that at Vida it'd be myself.
Yep. General
General manager over, sort of no necessarily day-to-day task. It's just everything and anything as things come up, processes, people, just making sure everyone can do what they need to do. And I guess always trying to plan the way forward and what's next as well. Really executing what the boss wants.
Yes.
And at the same time, construction manager.
Yes.
Who obviously, for us, depending on the business, for us, our construction manager is also our register builder. So it's his building license on the business. So I guess he's in charge of quality, speed on site, safety is really a massive one. And making sure the team delivers what we say they need to deliver. Under the construction manager, we have 2 assistant construction managers, a north and a south.
Yep.
Originally, it was just the construction manager, but sort of at the size now. We wanted these guys, so they look after a team of supervisors. So they're doing regular inspections on quality from slab, bricks, roof, making sure tie downs are all done correctly. Waterproofing, PCI, and all other things in between, really. Making sure the quality is right. And again, safety is a big one, making sure that the team sort of follow all the right procedures, and that if anyone needs any help with anything, they can step in as well. If something's happened and something hasn't quite gone to plan, how do we fix it? What do we do? And then, the supervisor is really in charge of your physical build.
Yep.
And getting it from Earthworks once they get the book from Earthworks through to handover.
Yep.
Sweet.
And they look after all the trades that come and build your home, essentially, guys.
That's it. So they do, for us at Vida, we have certain set suppliers we use for glazing, for roof timber, for cabinets and that. But the supervisor has a big say in the bricklayer, the roof carpenter, fixing carpenters, tilers, painters,
all the little bits and bobs.
Yeah,
really.
all the other things in between, really. So they're in charge of their quality, making sure they're up to scratch and they do things the way we want to do things. And make sure at the end of the day that the client's happy.
Yep.
And the bill goes well.
Yep.
And then, if you go back to the office, we've got a massive team in the office. Marketing,
Yes.
So we have three people in our marketing team, and marketing is not just selling and advertising and Facebook and TikTok. Like a lot of what our marketing team does is back end is putting together forms for us to use, making sure that the brand speaks to clients. So we obviously have our portal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, our marketing team did most of the portal, like all of the
Right.
communication. They're the ones that have come up with that. With other people in the office.
Yep.
But yeah, they really go into the detail to make sure that the client journey from even well before they start all the way to the end, and then even afterwards into maintenance, is consistent, I guess, with how we want to deliver things. So,
Yep.
our marketing team probably get involved a lot more than in other builders, and they hound me and they harass us. Like if we've said we're going to do something, you better believe they will be following me up to make sure we have done that. So yeah, marketing play a big part. Drafting team.
Yes.
So in Levita, we've got 6 in our drafting team, including a drafting manager. So they, the drafting manager oversees all of the workload, make sure, again, all of our quality in documentation is right.
Mm-hmm.
And then our drafting team do everything from your initial sketch when you've brought a client and they want to do a quad garage or 6-car garage or whatever it is, and we will do those changes for them. And then once they come into the system, the working drawings, all the details, your kitchen layouts, bathroom layouts, electrical, and then after that, it still comes back to them again when clients make pre-start changes. All those little bits and pieces. They get involved a lot with shires and things like that as well. And a lot of other things in between, to be honest. Our drafting manager gets hounded with a lot of projects as well. So he's done probably 1 million sketches of our office, which will be in by now.
Yes, exciting. Yes.
So and has turned out amazing. But yeah, things like that, or current office, how we can move people and where we can sit them. He gets lumped with all sorts of projects like that, which he loves.
Well, it keeps it so it's not the same repetitive things. So there's always something a bit new, and the drafting team can always rely back on him for some support as well. So it's a real good, like across the board that we see as well. Whenever we need some assistance, you don't have to just wait for one person. There's so many people that will be able to join in and help out, which is awesome.
And drafting, it's really specialised. They're on like we use ArchiCAD.
Yes.
And a lot of them have got diplomas in. I don't know what the diploma's called. Something. Possibly.
Maybe. Or drafting. Or drafting.
No.
But
in drawing.
But a lot of them have been to either uni or TAFE and done set courses. The software is very in depth, and even just their knowledge of suburbs and the R codes and local government plans and policies and all of that. Like, to be honest, I've got no idea. You could ask me, is this house going to suit this block? And if it looks like it does, I'd be like, sure. These guys know
everything.
Your setback is 4.5 meters. You can have 50% site coverage. This wall's too close to the boundary. You're overshadowing your neighbour. Your garage is too high, which we didn't have until we met you.
You're welcome.
Nick comes and presents new problems.
He really does.
I do.
But yeah, there's a lot of technical information that they have. And then they go back and forth with shires. And so like the R codes, for example, is a book, I don't know, 90 pages maybe, I'm guessing. And it's full of tables and all these things, and everyone interprets it different ways. So they a lot of the time, battle with the shires on their point of view versus the shire's point of view and how we can get things across.
Estimating?
Yep. Our estimating team. So they, I guess, do a lot of the pricing, work out if we're doing an alteration to a plan, what is an extra, if you're adding an extra square metre to the garage, what's involved in that? How do we price that? There's concrete, there's bricks, is there roof, plasterboard, paint, all the little bits and pieces and items, I sort of build in the background and work out ways of pricing that.
They help with like site works and everything like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. They need to know, is it sand? Is it clay? How much extra concrete is needed, or what else in this particular estate? Is there soak wells? Is there not? bushfire, coastal noise. There's a lot of things that they need to look into.
Yeah.
To make sure at the end of the day that we're not going in and going to lose money on a build. So definitely a lot to take into account.
With estimating.
It's I think some people have a knack for it and some don't. It's funny. There's the other one would be scheduling, which a lot of people kind of think is I guess similar. It's again pricing the house sort of. They're really doing the nuts and bolts. Like they're literally going down into every last bit of detail. You need exactly 20.2 cubes of concrete. You need exactly 11 door frames, and there's 5 left hand and 2 right hand, and 1 820 and 1 720, and all the like little tiny bits of detail. There would be hundreds and hundreds of purchase orders that go out for a job, and they need to work out every last stick of timber, every shelf, every bit of everything. The estimators don't guess, but it's a lot more. It's about this.
Round.
It's about here.
Because if you're going to do it the way scheduling do it, you'd need another 50 people in the bloody office to do that. The estimators kind of lump a bunch of things in together, and in the back end work out, all right, 1 door frame, 1 door handle, the paint, all up, this is going to be $500. And they'll go, cool, we're just going to we'll charge $500 for this. There's a scheduling, ordering those individual items for the supervisor to then build it.
Right, okay.
So kind of similar how they both they're both very numbers based. One is very, very detailed. One is not, but they need to be just as accurate in other ways.
That's a huge responsibility for both of them, I will say.
100% it is.
That is crazy responsibility.
Yeah, definitely. On site, if scheduling is short, then they get hammered by the supervisor, why are you missing this or this? And also at the same time, if they're ordering way too much, why are you wasting money? Like, why'd you order an extra 5 packs of bricks? Like, what are we going to do with them now? So they're they've got to try and be very, very accurate with what they do, because you want to allow enough that you can finish the job, but not too much that you're then putting a whole bunch of stuff either in the bin or having to pay someone to come and pick it up or anything like that. So.
And there's always leftovers on site, but that's a good thing because that's accounting for like cracks, chips, wastages.
Yeah, but that's towards the end. Like you might get 1 or 2 packs of your tiles and a little bit of leftover grout. That's minuscule. Like what Matt's talking about is like
a pallet of bricks.
Yeah, like a pallet of bricks, or you know, like having 10 packs of fucking tiles left over and several fucking bags of grout. It's like, what the fuck? What are we going to do with all this extra shit?
So I remember we had one job down in Ravenswood somewhere, and probably it wasn't us. We had probably, and it was an external company does our roof takeoff or was doing our roof takeoff, and not intentionally, but the way this program does, it's all just lines, and it just so happened it looks like they'd gone over the same line 4 times with valley boards. Right. So we were left on site at the end with like a pack of like 60 valley boards, and we're just like, what the hell are we going to do with this now? So and look, some of those things are just learnings. Like that's on the builder. That's our mistake. And we cop it. We're the ones that have to pay for it. But so they're very, very, very. It's a very detailed job.
Yeah.
And then they process a lot of invoices and payments and deal with all sorts.
Right, and they'll probably link in with like accounting. The next part, which will be like your accounting and HR type of.
So our scheduling team work very closely with our accounts department. So again, we've got an accounts manager, I guess, who oversees all the final payments, processes them, make sure everything's going to plan, and we stick to dates, and we're not delaying payments. Like one thing we do very well is we pay our people on time. So I can
account to that one. You do. You say you're going to get paid, and we get paid.
And if we don't, like every now and again something happens, and it's just like, we send out remittances on a Thursday. And every now and again on the Friday, someone will call up and be like, I didn't get my remittance, like I should be getting paid. And very rarely, but if it does happen, normally they call us up and we go, shit, you know what? It just got missed. We sort it out then and there. It's not like, you got to wait 2 weeks. It's we will sort it out now.
And that's across the board, not just for internal stuff, but for external companies and trades as well.
That's for everyone. 100%. One of the biggest things that we try and do is make sure everyone gets paid on time. If they don't, and there's a certain reason, make sure early enough they're told, you're not going to get paid this week for this job because it's not finished, or the quality is really bad. You need to go and fix this up. If it's not for those reasons, we'll pay on time and make sure of it.
And that's why Levita have such a high retention rate on all of their trades and their staff.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%, because we go out obviously on site and we talk to the boys. And, you know, a lot of them have been in the industry for a long time.
Yep.
And Levita hasn't been around for like 20 years.
Yep.
Right. So we're like, hey, what do you guys think of it? And the going rate, like some of the older boys that have been around, like, man, like the boys, like, you know, the supervisors are fucking messaging going, hey, you know, I'll never forget, there was one brickie I was talking to. It was in Brabham.
Yep.
So kudos to the guys that I'm about to introduce about this. So having a spit yarn with him, and he was fucking halfway having a bit of a spit yarn. And I was like, what are your thoughts? And dead set, straight up, he's just like, man, I can't fucking fault him. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, can you give him a bit more? Like, it's one thing, you know, that we know we sell and we do well with Levita, but it's you boys on the ground that are fucking laying the bricks, doing the shit. Like, give me some feedback. What do you reckon of the company? Like, man, like, I've been around for a fucking long time, and to get a message from my supervisor just going, hey, mate, fucking awesome work on your fucking, on that house, is like, that message is worth more than you fucking paying me and you know, an extra couple grand per job, because like we are still fucking human. We don't need that. We don't need a fucking applause, a grand fucking thing for every single job.
Yeah.
But
every now and again.
But every now and again, that fucking message is going, hey, mate, fucking good job.
They're people.
Yeah.
100%.
Everyone wants positive.
And that was really cool to see. Like, and they're like, there's a personal feel to this rather than just being a fucking business transaction.
Yeah.
And that's a very big thing. And the other thing is like, man, if I do the jobs, I can fucking invoice, I get paid. It's like, I'm still weighing on jobs from other builders that, you know, because a lot of them sometimes get outsourced for a bit of jobs here and there. It's like, I'm still weighing them with some of these fuckers for like months. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like, you bust your hole, you go fucking, you're working, you need to be able to pay your bills and go to the next job. But then the builders are withholding payments because of fuck knows what's going on. And some of the times, like you said,
they just can't process it sometimes. They just can't.
They can't keep up.
They don't have the people. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have again a really good accounts department. They process both the payments and the invoices out to clients for progress payments. Yep. Deal with the banks, although the banks don't like dealing with us. But just constantly, always, like we get hundreds of invoices a week. So making sure things are processed right, they line up with the right jobs. And that's where the accounts and the scheduling team work really well together. So for every single item we order, there's a purchase order attached to it. So if we're ordering, I don't know, 20 door handles and a bunch of other stuff, there's a PO. And when that door frame manufacturer or door handle manufacturer invoices us, it's got the number on it. We can then link it back to the system.
Yep.
So does it match up? Yep. Cool. It's good to go.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah. So there's a lot more processes in place to be able to make sure and quality control, which is good.
Yep.
Next one's probably HR.
Yep. So, and it's a pretty important one. We've got our accounts manager is actually a HR person and has done it in the past a lot as well.
Sweet.
Making sure we follow the correct procedures, hiring people. If things aren't working out, then firing people as well. Keeping people happy, making sure, we're following all of the right employment practices and all of that side of things.
Yep.
And just treating people well, making sure there's no dodgy claims and sorting out if there is.
Yep.
Yeah, keeping all the staff morale up is very important.
Morale and treating them as people rather than just as fucking numbers.
Yep.
Yeah, staff definitely stick to an employer longer if they feel valued.
100%.
So our team, we have lost very, very few people along the way.
Yeah.
We've probably lost 3 or 4 people.
I was going to say, I think I know of 2.
And most of the time, even the people that we've lost are for things outside of
it's beyond. Like they've gone completely like left field into a whole different scenario, not even like into a different builder or anything. It's a complete different
career change or having a baby or something like
that.
Correct. One of them I remember, she was so sweet, she was awesome and just needed more time with family and stuff. So I just dialed back. So
needed a job closer to home.
Yep. And some things you just got to work with it.
Pretty much all of them have cried on the way out.
Yeah.
Male and female, like everyone, like they didn't want to leave. It was just that they needed to for personal reason.
Yep.
So, but that because we do the right thing.
100%. And there was one instance where one of them just was being a fuckwit and the thing is like there's plenty of the clients that are listening to this that are from that area.
Yep.
And they still to this day, preach you guys so much for being able to address the issue when it came up.
Yep.
And call it and go, we got to stop this now.
Yep.
Before it turns into a shit show.
Yep.
So sometimes it does have to happen. And
100%.
having that team, you got to be able to, but being aware and being able to tackle any of those concerns is is paramount.
You got to kiss some frogs to find some princes or princesses.
I'm one of your princes now.
And the next one is either pre-start or client liaison. So I know Lavida doesn't have client liaisons, but a lot of builders do.
Yep.
So let's talk about those two.
Yeah, definitely. So the pre-start side is more
the
client
stuff.
Yeah,
the
selections and client communication during the admin stage.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, basically your selections, then your selection meeting, following up your finances, making sure your plans and addenda and all your documentation's right, getting everything signed, and really getting ready for construction.
Mm-hmm.
Client liaison. So yeah, for us, we just have that person all the way through to the end generally.
Yep.
Client liaisons really for certain builds just take over when you go to construction.
Yep.
They become that point of contact.
Yeah, correct. So they'll notify you when your slab's down, when your brick meetings are, and different companies weekly, fortnightly, monthly, some never updates.
Yep.
But that's really more their role, and to guide you through construction.
Mm-hmm. We're basically the client liaison for our clients.
Yeah. We're a fucking jack of all trades, master of none. That's what we are.
Yep.
But we just help assist on top of what Levida's doing. So Levida's, like, you guys are doing this.
Yep.
And then we just add our shit on top. So then they're getting twice the amount of communication, because communication is paramount.
Yeah, definitely.
For a client's journey
Yep.
to be enjoyable, to be smooth as possible.
Yep.
Communication is number one. Even when there are hiccups, having that communication is key.
100%.
Paramount. And builders fuck that up every single time. And you guys are doing amazing.
Yeah.
And
but again, we fuck up as well.
You fucked up
everyone does.
Fuck off, you have, and I've fucking pulled you up on it a few times. But that's the thing, is we have come to such a level of respect, as you know, with Mr. Enthusiast and Lavida, where we feel comfortable if there are things that we're seeing as, you know, shit's not going right. It's a phone call going, Matt, what the fuck is going on? And you're going, hold the fuck on. Let's have a look and go, you're right. This is actually fucked. Hold on. I'll sort shit out. And then we can go, and then you guys are contacting the client, advising, hey, this is what's happened.
Yep.
We've gone back and gone, hey, we've all come to agreement. This is what we can do and move forward. And that is is so fucking rare and so amazing to be able to do that and provide to clients. It's fucking, for people that are listening out there, that is where having the right team is what is 100%. The difference.
And it's funny because a lot of that goes back, to be honest, to the marketing team.
100%.
Our marketing manager will go, well, hold on a second. You said this is what we're going to do. If it's going to cost us, too bad. That's what we said. That's what we need to do. Let's fix it.
Yeah.
They play a really big role in that.
Absolutely.
Really, like client liaison and pre-start are part of our admin team.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, on top of that is even bigger. Again, you've got admin when it comes in, someone to process all of the paperwork and get it started in the system. Contracts.
Yes.
So for us, it's the same person. That person also then makes the contracts up, does your initial addenda, and then DocuSigns things out.
Yep.
An approvals team, like in the admin stage, you've got developers approvals, waters, bushfires, engineers, energy,
council,
planning, building permits, CDC, all these different things, insurances. They take care of all of that. There's a lot that they do, and for us, our team is very sort of multitasks a lot, and they'll pick up a bit of each person's role, and share it amongst them.
Yeah.
So very mobile. It's not a set go. It's someone can help and assist each other if needed. If one workflow is getting too much, the other guys can help take over.
And then if someone goes on holidays or someone's sick, like in especially when you get into real big companies, like generally you've got one person doing contracts or two or three, but their role is just contracts. Their role is just part of the approvals. Their role is just pre-start.
And that can become very difficult if someone goes on leave or is sick.
Yeah, definitely. We try and keep our people a bit more fluid. It helps them. It keeps you a bit more stimulated, I guess, and it helps us as well when when things change and you need to move people around.
Yeah, and guys, if you listen back to our administration episode, I think that's episode 9 or 10.
Something like that.
So all the things that are happening in the admin phase, there's still so much more that happens in the back end of a builder than just what happens in the admin phase.
Definitely.
So, like, there's so much more that goes into it. That, like, admin phase is just what pertains to your job. There's still so much more that it takes to run the company, like to run a building company.
Yep.
So, yeah, talking about that and just
lot.
making sure I'm referencing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, on top of that, we've got IT,
Yep.
Yeah.
internal and external. There's a lot.
There's a lot. So by the end of this episode, guys, you should be able to run a successful company if you just listen in and write it all down.
Just go and hire all the staff, just a checklist of stuff.
And just take those little pointers from Matt from what they do different, because they are running a fucking killer show at the moment.
And I guess what we've done is we've picked the right people.
100%, which is hard.
It is, and especially to start with when we're first starting, trying to get those first sort of 5 or 6 people was the hardest.
Yeah.
Now that we've been up and running for a while and people can see that what we say is what we mean, it's a lot easier now. But getting the first real leadership team, I guess, together was definitely the hardest.
Yeah.
But they are everything, and they run the team well, the office well. They'll step in for each other, and for us, it's not that's your job, that's my job. It's we're all here, we're all a team. Whether you're on site, whether you're in the office, whether you're sales, construction, maintenance, whatever it is, we all are on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if we want this to be successful, then we need to work as a team.
Everyone's got to work together.
Yeah, the amount of businesses, not just building, businesses in general, that just blame each other for everything.
Yeah.
That's not my job. I'm not emptying the dishwasher. I'm not taking the rubbish out. I'm not talking to a client. My job's not to pick up the phone. Like in our office, we don't have a proper phone system.
No.
Not when we recorded this anyway. We might soon. But we have 2 numbers on mobile phones that just sit in the office. Someone will answer the phone. It could be myself. It could be admin, drafting, scheduling.
Could be the owner. You
Yeah.
never know.
Anyone, if the phone rings, someone answers it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, well, a lot of businesses have reception and that is your job. Your job is reception and that's it. We didn't want that. We try and share all of those sorts of tasks.
Share some of that workload and assist each other, which is huge.
Yep.
And you forgot sales.
I didn't think I haven't got there. I haven't got there.
He doesn't give a fuck about us, guys.
He's like, panic, back.
Yeah. But and 100% a sales team.
Yeah.
And there's I'm assuming you've gone into this a lot before, but there's a lot that is involved.
Yeah.
If you're self-gen or where you get leads from and then talking to clients and again, we have tried to align ourselves with yourself and with others of similar values. We're not interested in sort of the ones that are dodgy or sort of pushy and I don't know, that different breed. We want people that are aligned with us.
different breed.
The different breed.
And again,
Facts though. You're 100% right.
And we trust and respect each other. Like I know that I can't do your job.
Yep.
You
Vice
can't
versa.
do my job.
Fuck no.
And even in the office, I can't do every person's job. And like we all know what we can do and what we can't do, what we're good at. And we share it based on that.
100%. Do the things you're good at, and this is how to run a successful business realistically. The shit you know well, do it. What you don't, outsource to someone that does know it well. Because then it's less stress. You're trying to do 10 million things at once. You've got someone that knows the shit and can enjoy it and can do it right. May mean a bit more extra money by having more staff. But at the same time, if it produces more productivity and more efficiency along the way, then it's a fucking no-brainer. And it's a big thing for, with you guys. Like, I remember the days when we first collabed with Vida, and there was like fucking 10 of you guys. Now, I walk in, this is before they got the new offers. You walk in, it was like a fucking pen of bunnies. Like bunnies just went and had sex and it was just fucking everywhere. There was like
everyone's
30,
populating.
There was just fucking like 30 of the fuckers. So like you walk in and then everyone just stands up like meerkats looking at who's at the front door.
Who dis?
Who dis? And it's actually, and even that, like so many of our clients, they're coming from Great Start and they're going, holy fuck, it's so different to see at the Vida office, not in a bad way, but in a way that, you know, everyone's working together. Like there's vibes, there's music going, like it's an actual fucking vibe, not a corporately fucking, you know, you feel depressed walking in type of thing.
So where we were both before,
like that was fucking depressing.
We had a reception out the front.
Yep.
And that was like 100 meters away.
100%.
And there was no way that a client would ever come into the back of the office.
Yeah.
Even suppliers weren't allowed back there. With us, you walk in the front door and bam, you're in.
You're in. Like, you'll see everyone. And you know, there's so many times that, you know, the client will be walking for a pre-start. Yeah. They'll see you're there. They'll see the drafting, the admin. They'll see the fucking managing director, and everyone would just, and everyone's so polite. Just like, hey, how the fuck are you? Yeah. And just fucking keep going. Like, guys, that is just.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And for that to happen, it's so fucking refreshing and good to see, because so many of the builders have layers upon layers. Like even like what Matt was saying with Vida, they've got a, you know, construction manager and this and that. But at the same time, all the boys rock up to the same fucking office, and they're all sitting around fucking having a spit yarn with the scheduling team and the drafting teams and whoever they need. There's none of this I'm better than you type of fucking scenario. Or if you want to go talk to Matt, for example, he's in the...
You got to book an appointment.
You got to book an appointment and sit into one of the offices. It's like, nah, get up, point at him, like, hey, let's go have a spit yarn.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And to be able to be approachable, it's a huge thing, being approachable rather than it being, you know, such a different aspect. And that's fucking... I really like that.
And that's one thing we don't want to change. We want to keep that.
100%.
Yeah, and there's another note. You said that, you know, you hire only sales team that align their values with yours.
Yep.
And it's a reason why you guys don't have a sales manager. So
correct.
A lot of building companies, and we've worked in a few now, they have a sales manager who looks after all the sales team and makes sure they're hitting their KPIs and kind of encouraging those sales and pushing the deals across. And I think that's what can create quite a negative atmosphere within the sales team, where it becomes a lot more competitive, a lot more...
It's a lot more chasing numbers.
Chasing numbers,
rather than client service, which is where we kind of broke off and said, you know, we're not about chasing the numbers, we're about the client service and the client's experience.
The numbers will come, the clients are first.
Yeah.
And that's what we've always been like that. And you guys are the same thing. It's, we'll build a fucking house, but it's about the client's experience. Let's try and make this as less stressful as possible. It is stressful building a fucking house. It's 100%. Fucking daunting. It's fucking scary. So let's try and mitigate as much of that risk as possible and make it as not even fun. Like everyone's like, oh, it's fucking fun. It's not. It's fucking a lot of money. It's scary. But it's more about, do you know what I mean? Like let's try and fucking get it done right.
Yeah.
Let's get you a house that you're going to be fucking proud of to show to your friends and family and to many people in the future. And let's get it done right. And that's what it's about, I think, more than it is about let's have the most funnest fucking experience. Well, it may be fun, but then if you're copying fucking repairs afterwards because the builder decided to fuck around, ain't going to be so fun, is it?
Jesus, you got a bit angry.
All right. I'm very passionate. El passionate.
So I thought for the second part of the episode, which I thought it was going to be 30 minutes, that's a straight up lie.
Denied, motherfucker.
Let's jump into like kind of the day-to-day or week-to-week, month-to-month running of the business. So like what needs to happen for the company to run? Am I making sense here?
You are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
Fire away.
There's a lot.
Meetings left, right and centre.
Yeah. To be honest, like today, as an example, was just back to back to back. So we are looking at moving offices at the moment. By now we will be in. But so yeah, had a meet. I was on site this morning with one of our supervisors in the office. Straight out to our new office, talking about the renovation, how we're doing it, what do we need to do. Where are we today? What did I do today? Had interviews. We're looking for another person in the admin team at the moment. Had an interview with one of our sales partners today about the end of like handover and PCI and how we do things and what needs to happen. Just to explain the process a bit. I mean, this week we've met with our insurance broker, looking through premiums, what are like all of the next 12 months. What do we need? What's it going to cost us? What do we need to make sure we're covered for? Rent. the biggest things in running a business, the biggest overhead is really the payroll.
Yep.
And your team. That is the biggest cost.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the right team, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
So it is worth spending money on the right team.
100%. And you have to look at your job starts and your job finishes to make sure you've got incoming.
Cash flow coming in, cash flow coming out.
So we're always doing budgets. I'm literally doing a budget at the moment, making sure adjusting numbers, predictions, roughly sales, starts, completions. How many are we starting? How many are we handing over? Because that then determines how many supervisors do we need. Mm-hmm. That then determines how many cars do we need. Mm-hmm. Just this week we've gone, oh shit, we need to order another couple of cars.
Yep.
Cars are months away, so we need to get rentals. We need to do this. We need to do that. Fit them out.
Pricing to make sure you're keeping within your margins.
Yep. So I catch up with our estimating manager and scheduling manager at least once a month. I mean, we talk daily, but we sort of properly catch up once a month and go through, and our procurement officer, price rise predictions or what's coming off. Are we changing products? Just last month, we changed a shelf rail from like a timber finish shelf rail to a pre-prime product for a better finish. So always just looking at, products, price, what do we need to do? What's changing? Is everyone in the team happy? If they're not, how do we fix that? Even looking into budgets into external costs. How many roofs do we need to get drawn? What do we need to spend on laminating, on paper, on printing, on the internet? When we set up the internet in our office, it was like $15,000.
Holy shit!
To set up because we're on like an enterprise plan.
Right.
Wow.
Now, I'd never been involved in that part before, and I was going, "What the fuck?" Like,
bro,
no
what's
way.
my $100 per month?
So when we first started, we were on 100 megabytes per second connection. Yeah, there was like 5 of us. That was fine. We got to 30, and we were just like, "Why is this running so slow?" Realized, because we're on that, so we're on 1,000.
Yeah.
So even going into the detail of that with our IT team, making sure security is up to date, so that hackers can't get in and steal information, making sure we've got backups and backups of backups and
backups of the backups of the backups.
Exactly.
Hey, man.
Yeah, and you've dealt with this recently.
I know with my laptop shitting myself. That's still a sensitive subject. Let's not go there.
Yeah, but with that, all the policies and what you need to do to make sure that people can't download torrents and put viruses on things, and then they run rampant through the system.
There's so much.
There's so much that goes into it.
And in between on the day-to-day, you've got clients coming in for pre-start meetings. You've got, everyone else still doing their thing. And in between, man, like you're doing all these meetings. I called you up today like 4 times going, hey, where's this contract for this client? What's this happening? What's that? And then sending emails, and you've got to find the time to do the emails.
Yep.
I'm still seeing emails from you, man, half the time, like fucking 10 o'clock at night. Like
some days.
You just got to get it done. You got to do what you got to do. And it's really cool to see, the day today is like, Julia was mentioning, it's what's, everything, from the moment you're opening those doors to clients coming in, clients coming out, dealing with suppliers, and it's not just yourself. It's like, the estimators are catching up with some of the suppliers, seeing if there's any new products and stuff that we can, and then they obviously go through you and then fucking present it to us.
Yeah, and that's where, to be honest, at the end of the day, everything comes back to our team and our culture. Yes. So, I will email you at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. On that day, I might not have gone in the office until 10, and I might have gone by 4 because I was at the kids' school or something, an event in the afternoon. They go to bed, I'll jump back on.
The thing is, we'll respond.
100%. We've got a lot of parents in the office, and again, a lot of people doing school drop-offs, school pickups, doggy daycare, all these different things that we don't care. We don't say to our team, you've got to be there from 8 to 4:30. Yep. And I've been in that before. Yep. We are not that in any way, shape or form. We've got a few people who start at 6 and they're done by 2:30. Yep. Other people that don't get in until 9. Other people that work from home 3 days a week. One of our admin team, she's up sometimes emailing us at 11 o'clock at night. And it's would you piss off? I've just cleared my inbox. Stop emailing me. But
denied.
but she hasn't been on during the day. She's been at other events and things like that. So we put a lot of trust into our team. We do not micromanage them. If we'd hired them, we've hired them because they know how to do their job. Or if they don't, we've trained them how to do their job. And
watch everyone knock on Lavita's door asking for a job now. If you're ever short-staffed, just come onto the pod.
Yeah.
2,000 applications.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, we're always looking for good people. And we've learnt that it's not, we don't want the best estimator in the world if you're a dickhead. If you're a dickhead, Lavita is not for you.
100%.
We'd rather have someone who knows what they're doing but has an amazing culture, and we can put more time into training them than
having someone
finding the knob. Because that, as soon as you've got one knob, it just destroys everything. So, and we've had a couple, and we got rid of them real quick.
100%.
It just didn't work.
You can't have that type of this isn't the type of company. Maybe in some corporate businesses or builders, it might work for them. You know, they can stick together or whatever. It ain't with
it's
you
not
guys.
Us. No. No.
And to be able to call that and, you know, find that issue and address it, that's very big. You know what I mean? And because then it comes back onto having the team knowing that they feel valued and heard, that, you know, their mentality space, everything is cared for by everyone, not just, you know, by a certain few going, oh, you know, you'll be fine, you'll, you know, toughen up to and say, no, you're right, that is fucking wrong. Pull your fucking head in, otherwise fuck off. And that's what you do. So it's fucking sick.
The last thing I wanted to talk about, which is Nick brought up in the first time we talked to Matt, which is the 3 things that you need to run a business successfully. Which is your quality, your speed, and your volume. I thought you guys could jump into that one quickly, and then we'll wrap up because we're already sitting at 40 minutes.
All right, we'll do it quick. So, look, at the end of the day, this all comes to what I see from a builder's point of view, right? And the thing is with the 3 components, if you have 2 of the 3, you'll be fine. If you have 1 of the 3, you're bound to fail. 3 of the 3, you're fucking laughing. So if you only have volume, but you don't have speed of moving the jobs to site and through construction, or the quality of the builds, which then causes more delays. No, actually,
the other thing thrown is margin.
Yeah, Julie, you fucking got that wrong. It's margin, not fucking quality. Margin, speed, volume.
But quality's got to be.
You put this on the whiteboard.
Fuck off. So I'm gonna.
I'd say the 4. Let's go 4 things.
No, 3. It has to be 3. No, we're not doing even numbers here. No, 3. Margin, speed, volume, and that's right. If you've got all the volume, low margin, so you're trying to keep them as cheap as possible, and no speed, so therefore a much longer time frame, you are bound to fucking fail because you can't get the jobs out and you can't get paid. Now, if you had 2 of the things, so for example, you had volume and margin, but your speed was slow, that's okay because you've got quite a bit more cash in that job.
It'll help get you through.
It will help get you through. So you can, do it. If you're getting good margin, good volume, and good speed, well, you're fucking laughing, and you're going to be able to do more in that circumstance. Even when you're in a boom, when everyone's struggling, you can do better. And that's how I look at things. Like if you're just quick, but you don't have enough jobs and margin, well, you're going to run out of jobs, and you're not going to have anything. So you do need, realistically, 2 of the 3.
100%. So we've always sort of gone by that. But I'm going to put quality back in there because if you don't have quality, then you're not going to get the volume. Really. But 100%. You can if you're a smaller builder, but you've got the speed and the margin, you're all right. You'll keep going. But it's just playing with those things will change. Like during COVID, no one has had the speed.
Well, you guys did.
We did, and maybe a couple of people did, but not many.
A couple did, yeah.
And some, if you're building a couple of 1,000 houses, and all of a sudden you're going from a year or 6 months to 18 months or 2 years, like your revenue, your income coming in
is fucked.
Is 100%. It is fucked.
Yeah.
Like you are trying, like especially as a builder. So during admin, on average, we spend probably 10 grand.
Fuck.
We've taken a 3.5K deposit. So we're out of pocket at least probably 7K. Then even after that, even at slab down, depends on the bank and the progress payment, like you generally still haven't caught up. You're still behind. Plate height, you probably start to sort of maybe break even or be close.
Okay.
And then roof cover, it might keep you sort of the same. And then after that, like, yes, you might be sort of just ahead because, but really, so for the first at least half to 3/4 of the whole journey, you're carrying costs that whole way through. So if you're not
job
for every job, so if you've got a few thousand jobs, think of just how much money you're trying to.
It's bleeding. You're bleeding.
Yeah, really, you are until you finish them.
Yep.
You are bleeding money.
Yep.
No, like it does not help anyone to take 2 or 3 years to build a house.
No.
Doesn't help. Like the builders that are, it is not because they want to, because they don't. No one wants to. It is not helping anyone.
Yep.
But
they've put themselves in that position.
Yep.
They did not mitigate enough with their sales team.
100%.
They did not mitigate enough with their sales team or the managers or everyone else that whoever the top dog is has not put enough fucking pressure on the guys to go, this is what's happening. We need to be able to fucking control this. What's going on? Everyone's gone, fuck yeah, I can do big numbers. Sales consultants are like, we can make some money.
Yep.
Sales managers are going, fuck yeah, we're going to show to the big guys that we can fucking handle big stuff. Admin's gone, cool, now we're actually going to be busy. Oh fuck, we're too busy.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, and then it just turns into a shit show.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened.
Yeah,
So
100%. And on top of probably all of those things, the other real big thing that we've always stuck to is stay in your lane.
Yeah.
100%.
So we build in greenfields, in new estates, greenfield estates.
Yep.
Single story homes.
Yep.
First, second, third home buyer. Like really, like we are not a custom home builder.
No.
We're not doing marble bench tops and 50 course high ceilings and rake ceilings and voids and all this stuff. Like that's not us.
Yep.
You've asked us a couple of times.
Oh,
I remember,
100%.
didn't you? I was like an 8-car garage in Hillary's.
Yep.
And I was like, man, I'd love to do it. I would actually love to do it.
Gutted.
But that's not us.
Yeah.
So, and that's where you get into trouble because you're in Hillary's. The block's not going to be flat.
Yep.
We've got neighbours on 3 sides.
Yep.
Neighbours are hard work.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, neighbours building a house next to 3 neighbours, there is a lot to deal with. Fence removal, trades on site all the time, volume, like you get noise complaints, you get all sorts of things. On that, you've probably got retaining, extra earthwork costs. There's so much more time that goes into it. We have to send our drafting team out, like on top of getting the survey, they go out, inspect it. This is how we want to do it. Maybe we go back and forwards a few times on different ideas. It's just not us.
Nah. No, and
we know we can do it. We've most of our team have done it before, but it's always a distraction.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you do one and you go, oh, look, one's okay. But then you get another and another and another. And now instead of your whole admin time taking 4 months, it's now taking 5.5 months.
And it just starts growing and gets worse. But that's the thing is, I really appreciate the fact that, and many of the clients that have reached out in that circumstance, I'll send it to you and you'll turn and be like, look, man, unfortunately, we can't do it because of these things.
Yep.
And I can relay back to the client so then they know straight up.
Yeah.
That might not be the fit. We have the other builder, Progen. They might be able to take it on and we can go down that path.
Yep.
But if not, at least they know straight up, not you've accepted it and then you can't deliver on it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that everyone that we appreciate the most with you guys is that whatever the fuck you say, you deliver.
Yep.
Which is what we do and why our values align so well.
That's why we mesh so well.
100%. Because if something's fucked, you'll call it. It's fucked. Let's find a solution. Let's work together and move forward.
Yep.
And that's all I can expect from a builder. And that's what we explain that to clients. And they fucking love it. They know sometimes we're all human. There's so much that comes into it.
There's thousands of items that go into building a home.
Yeah.
And from admin all the way through to construction, there's so much documentation, so many people that have to be involved. Something at some point in time for some people's builds, something will happen.
Yep.
As long as you deal with it and you deal with it openly.
Yep.
We had a job on, and it was on Instagram, this client, the slab had to get ripped up.
Yeah.
The slab went down. It was nothing we did wrong, nothing our grano worker did wrong. The concrete, the mix that from the concrete plant that had come out was there was some additive or something in it that shouldn't have been in it, and it wouldn't cure.
Yeah, right.
Shit.
And we noticed within a day, and we're just like, something's not right here. We got it tested. Within a week, or might have been a week and a half, the slab was ripped up, and within another week, it was back down again.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Like we went all the way through the process. We got it. They cored. They put a hole in the slab. They cored it. They sampled it. They agreed it was their fault and something wasn't right. So we dealt with it.
Yeah.
We met the client on site. Our construction manager met the client on site before we'd ripped it up, explained this is what's happened, this is what we're going to do. And then next day, bang,
Done.
Let's fix it.
Yep.
Fucking beautiful.
Let's not wait 6 months once the roof's on to say, oh, yeah, no, this is a problem. Let's just deal with it and fix it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Perfect.
Well,
I'm pretty happy with that as a insight. Is there anything else you want to add, Maddie?
There's a lot, to be honest. Like there's so much in the day to day. There's always new technology. There's always new materials. There's always new price increases or challenges or R codes changing later this year. Like there's always something, and there's a lot that goes into behind the scenes that's not just specifically into building a client's home.
yeah.
A lot of research, a lot of development, the IT, the equipment, the systems. There's a lot, but we love it. Like that's why we're doing it. Like I absolutely love it. Like I live and breathe building.
Well, guys, if you have any questions for Matt, send them through. We'll obviously bring him back.
Yeah, fucking
we keep reeling you back
we
here.
We just keep reeling him back in. We're gonna owe him quite a bit of chocolate. So if anyone wants to donate some chocolate, so we can lure Matt back in.
So if anyone has any questions that you'd like to ask Matt, because he does hold so much knowledge that surpasses Nick and mine in certain areas. So he really is the man to answer the questions. Send them through, and whenever we reel him back onto the pod, we'll just have maybe even a Q&A with Matt.
Yeah.
Because we've done a Q&A now.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll just
more.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we'll just do Q&A with Matt.
Well, you heard it here first. He just agreed to it. So start sending them
No
through.
take backsies. Let's plug Lavida. So you can find Lavida on
Facebook, Instagram, website, TikTok, product review, Google.
Yep.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And website, which is www.lavidahomes.com.au.
That's it.
Yep.
Lovely.
Or just reach out through us and we can give you 2 fucking Lavida as well.
100%.
Same thing.
Yep.
You can find Mr. Enthusiast
And you can find us on TikTok, Facebook, Insta, website, Google, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
Yes. Just remember, guys, to leave a review or a rating. It really does help us in the back end. And hit that like or subscribe button.
Send us through some messages.
Yeah, we love getting messages.
If you enjoyed the episode, if there's something that we could have done better or ask or whatever, like I fucking love them.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah.
So send us some feedback.
Yes.
Please.
And just remember, guys.
We're not here
To fuck spiders.
Fuck oath.
No, sir.